Hopefully, we're going to make it a weekend to remember for you. Welcome to the strategy guide time for opening and final round of the Australian event. F1 season is back, 2025. Here we go. And hopefully you're going to enjoy some F1 racing to come at the weekend. Not just on F1 Clash, but in Australia as well. But we're here to talk all things strategy guide and get you set up ready for this weekend's racing. With less than 2 months now, probably 8 weeks of GPs left to go, it is now time to get that little bit of more season score increase and do some good. Let me know down below in the comments what season score percentage are you currently on. The free to play account, as you can see over here, 88.95%. Can I get to 90%? That is going to be the big ask. But obviously, as you know, the Australia GP event with Damon Hill, Jacques Villeneuve, Oscar Piastri and Nemesis receiving that 20% boost. But before we get into the track guides, into the strategy maps, the strategies, the boosts, let's first take a look at what have we got coming up this week. We have got Melbourne in the dry. We have got Mexico, Barcelona, Zandvoort, Montreal. We head off to Melbourne for the wet stuff. And then we've got Singapore and Japan in the wet to round off your opening round and to round off your final round. Hopefully, by following this guide, you're going to get all the way through to the weekend. Obviously, ×2 rewards, it seems, as well, which is going to be great. And tasks that are all going to be still the same at the level 1s. So it's going to be nice and easy to track all the way through. Coins being the task feature this week. So let's get into the strategy area. Let's get your strategy guides. And as we always say, don't just sit here and take note. Actually watch the video and hear what I've got to say, because there's some interesting tactics and strategies, advice that we can give you. So first up, we have got a trip down under, a trip to Australia in the dry and then in the wet on race number 6. So we're going to cover all of these strategies first of all. Now, defending is the theme, so you want defending drivers at Melbourne and you want the most power unit you can get out of your car. That is key around Melbourne. Now, the race start is very good in Australia. You want to make sure you get a perfect start or as close to and push for the whole of the first lap. You can make some big positions. Now, in the dry, champions and contender, 4 medium, no problem at all. Challenger and junior, you might want to run the 4 hard. But if not, you can go to a 2-stop and you've got the 3-3-2 and the opposite strategy in there as well. Now, to cover off the wet stuff as well for race 6, 4 wet in champions and contender. You've also got challenger and junior. Now, you need about 50 tyre management to do 4 wets. So really, if you can't get that, you're going to be looking at a 2-stop with the 3-3-2. Now, the boosts that you can use are down below. You've got Iron Force and Gladiator, your 2 best boosts. Now, Gladiator really good for race start. So if you need a perfect start, get Gladiator loaded up. You can also use Jin, Voice and Exception. We always feature down here the boosts that are both track stats, so make sure to take a look at them. Track stats are key, and the top right track map we give you in blue where to conserve your power unit, yellow where to go medium, and red as to where you should attack as well. So Melbourne, 2 tracks down already. Race number 2, which is going to be most likely your fastest lap circuit this weekend if you require it. We're going to head off to Mexico. Now, we had this last week, I believe. Should be straightforward this week as well. Change your defending drivers. Change it for tyre management. So, good drivers in there. Alonso's, Verstappen's. Hamilton's got okay tyre management as well. Cornering setup is required though. Full cornering setup here in Mexico. Get as much cornering stats as possible. Champions and contender. 4 soft, and a 4 soft, 4 medium if your tyre management isn't as strong. Challenger and junior. You can do a 4 medium if you've got like 55 tyre management. That will be okay. If not, 3 medium, 2 soft, 3 medium will give you the 2 stops as well. Now, down here, 2 of the best boosts around this circuit, SAR and Nazar. And you've also got Movember, Downforce and Self-Control, all available to use. Now, top right track map, 3 places to conserve that power unit. Notoriously, the home straight, that big straight, gain 15% power unit every single lap just by conserving on that straight. But make sure you are not conserving through the corners because you'll lose so much time. You're going to need soft tyres for the fastest lap though, remember, if you want to beat off your rivals, and you also need a full power unit loaded up, not the setup, I mean the power unit in the race, 100% to be able to do your fastest lap as well. Now race 3, we'll stick with some tyre management, shall we? We're heading off to Spain and Barcelona. Here we go then. So tyre management drivers again. So Alonso, Verstappen's, Hamilton is okay. 4 soft, 5 medium, 4 soft in Champions and Contender. Challenger and Junior, we've got 2 strategies for you to go with. 3 soft, 3 soft, 3 soft, and a 5 hard, 4 medium. You can do either of them on both cars. We just give you the options that you might feel more comfortable doing. Now the boosts are exactly the same as Mexico, so I'm not going to go through them again. But top right track map again, home straight, conserve, little bit through the middle. But this track is again really good for a race start. So push on the first lap, use all the power unit, and then use the next couple of laps just to gain some power unit back where you can. But another great race start track is Spain, so make sure you go and give that a good go. Now it gets a little bit tricky when we get to race 4. Zandvoort, notoriously a lot more difficult these days. It is still cornering setup that you're going to require, but overtaking drivers. So Alonso's okay, Verstappen is okay on your overtaking too. So there are a couple of drivers you might want to look at. Obviously Piastri is boosted, so have a look to see what his 20% might do to him if you are in Champions. 4 medium. If you've got 90 plus tyre management, you can go 4 soft, 4 soft. Challenger and Junior, we're sticking with the 3-3-2 and the 3-2-3 in Zandvoort. The boost, Copper is the very best boost around here with Glitz, Herald, Cranberry and Ode as well. Top right track map, push through the first couple of corners, conserve through the next 4 or 5, and then attack the end of the lap. You can make some good points, but it is a tough track for a race start. It's all about luck in them opening first few corners. Another circuit that can be tough is Canada. Now Canada is overtaking as well, and it is cornering, so same drivers as Zandvoort. I would go full cornering here. Qualifying can help, but I feel like when I've done this in the past, full cornering is so much better. Champions and Contender, you've got the 3-3-2 and the 4 medium. In Challenger and Junior, you can still go 4 medium if you've got 50 tyre management. If not, 3-3-2 is pretty quick as well. And then you've got Copper and Herald being the best 2. Glitz, Cranberry and Ode. Top right track map, 2 places to conserve. Down the back straight, in the home straight, and attack through the other corners as well. We've done race 6 already in Melbourne, so race 7 we are heading off to Singapore. Now this is another circuit of cornering, but this time race start. George Russell, Lewis Hamilton. I would even look at going with a driver if Piastri is not good enough for you in this one. Even Norris and Leclerc are not too bad at a circuit like this. Race start and a full cornering setup. 2 soft can be done with good tyre management over 90. If not, 2 mediums all across is absolutely fine. I wouldn't worry too much. You can do 3 medium if you've got an easy matchup. You can just look after the tyres. After a first lap, you need to push. Race start, lap 1 is so powerful. The boosts, Copper and Prince, very best 2 round here. Quite a lot of other ones to do, some good ones. Timeless, Hook, Kawhi, Herald, Nazar and Ballast. And the top right track map. 3 places to conserve power unit and a lot of attacking. But as I said, race round Singapore, lap number 1. Push because you can gain back to front quite easily. And in the final circuit, just to throw a little bit of trouble in there, we're going to Japan. And we are going to 100% of the wet stuff. It is race start still, so same drivers as Singapore. Full cornering setup, another circuit where you can power through the pack. Make sure perfect starts are achieved. 3 soft, well you don't even need softs, do you? Or you're going to struggle. It's wet. 4 wet, 3 wet, 3 wet, 4 wet. If you're in the pack in Champions and Contender, 3 wet, 4 wet is a beautiful undercut. Make sure to use most of that power unit in the opening few laps. And if you're in Challenger and Junior, you're going for the 2 stop, 2-2-3 and a 3-2-2 strategy. Same boosts as Japan for Singapore like it was. Timeless, Copper and Nazar, Hook, Prince, Kawhi and Herald. 2 places to conserve that power unit, as you can see in the top right of the track map. So the F1 Clash Australia event is all covered off with your opening round and final round strategies. All the advice you need in setup, all the advice you need in drivers and boosts, where to push. You literally cannot go wrong with this strategy guide. If you trust me with my strategies, you will be victorious. You will gain positions, gain points. There is so many of you out there that take points increases. I hear it every week. And we are here to get your best result of the season with roughly around 8 weeks left to go.